Hey everyone, this is Sam and welcome to my Monster Hunter Rise Advanced Weapons tutorial. Today I'll be showing you guys that there's a combo and control setup for the dual blades that is absolutely OP. If you have the Demon Fight switch skill on for the dual blades with smart camera control, you can create an insane sequence that is highly damaging and easily repeatable. Like it can be looped, and it also comes with invincibility frames all across the sequence. So when you can combine it with the correct sit-band skills, get the timing down, get the control scheme down, you'll be able to create devastations on the tail and just all along the monster 24/7 with barely any chance of actually getting hit, and you can do it all the time and you're gonna dominate. So if you want to see other weapon tutorials from me, you can actually click on the card above or the link in the description below for my playlist of every weapon tutorial I've made on this game all year long. And also, feel free to add my friend code you see right there so we can play together online on Nintendo Switch, and make sure to subscribe for more Monster Hunter Rise content. So when it comes to using dual blades on higher rank, your goal is to accurately bind your monster, and then you want to go into demon flights back to back with smart camera control. So the sequence should play out just like this. I'll break it down in detail later, but you can see how it plays out in real speed. You bind, you go into demon flight, you reset, you still have enough stamina, you go back in demon flight, back and forth like this, you never get touched, tons of damage. So the sequence should play out like this. You go from non-demon mode, piercing blind, into demon mode, and then you go to demon flight with L tap. So make sure to use R3 to select the monster you want to target before the fight. So in this case, I have selected the Raffian with R3 before the fight. And this exact controls is CL plus X into CR into A, in the L, in the A, and in the L again. So you see how it plays out. So there is the bind, that's the CL plus X. Now I tap CR to go into demon mode. Once I'm in demon mode, I get close to range, and then I tap A so to make sure this hit connects. And then as I land, I'm gonna tap L. Make sure when you land off that first A hit, tap L. And you know I did that because my camera got recentered to the target right there. That's the symbol that shows the recentered targeting. Over on the right there, you can see the bind damage. And I'm also being launched in the air now. So I'm gonna aim my second A hit either to the left towards the head or to the right towards the tail. I decided to go to the right. So now I'm gonna push the left stick to the right, tap A, and then I'm gonna ride along to the right, end up at the bottom. And that's one sequence. Now with great camera control though, you can actually do that sequence twice. So you can do 2 demon flights before you run out of stamina. So you see it play out here. I go into demon mode. I tap A to do the demon mode hit. And as I hit, when I land, I'm going to immediately tap L, which launches me straight up. And then you know I did the L there because now it's targeted and it's recentered. And when I'm at my highest point, I'm going to decide to go tail ahead. And then I'm going to push to that direction, tap A. In this case, I went right side. And then as I land, I'm going to tap L again. So now I'm recentered. And then now I'm going to tap B while pushing the left stick at my target. So I'm going to dodge towards the target to set up my second demon flight. So you see me dodge right there. I'm still in demon mode with stamina left. So I'm going to tap A and then launch myself up and tap L again. So retarget as I'm launched into the air. And then now aim towards the target. In this case, straight forward, tap A. So I'm going to ride along the head all the way to the end of the tail. Back to back, perfect demon flights with excellent L tap camera control. That sequence was 525 damage, and I had no chance in that sequence to get hit at all. Now granted, I'm going to run out of stamina a lot, but to finish this, you actually only need about 75% of your stamina to pull off 2 demon flights. So be aware of that. You can see I have about 75% there. I do the binding, go into demon mode, do my launch, do my camera L tap, decide which direction to go, dodge back in, trigger the demon flight again. It's best to trigger in the middle of the monster, from my experience, or the tail. But the obvious downside is you're going to run out of stamina plenty, but don't worry, there's something to do once you run out. So when you run out of stamina, that's when you actually get into position to do bind attacks in non-demon mode, because that's actually going to help you recover stamina. As the binding animation plays out, you can see I'm actually recovering stamina. As the animation ends, I'm then going to trigger demon mode and then get to the tail of the monster or around the feet, the midsection area, hit A, launch myself up, tap L. Make sure you tap L before you launch yourself up, right? So you know I did it there because I got targeted, and as I'm in the air, I'm going to decide which direction to go. I went tail, and as I land, I'm going to tap L again, so I'm recentered towards the monster if I want to do a second demon flight, alright? So And best part to do this is you want to bind and demon flight from the tails to take it right off. So you see me do right there, non-demon mode bind right there. So that's the CL plus X. Go into demon mode, tap CR obviously. Get ready now in demon mode to tap A. Hit the midsection of the monster, tap A, tap L. Camera turns, get into the air, decide to which direction to go. To right this time towards the tail because I binded the tail, so right and A. And then boom, tail comes right off. That's a beautiful sequence right there. And for defensive purposes, make sure you do Shrouded Vault, which is CL plus A. Going from Shrouded Vault into Demon Flight L tap versus Raw, so any monster attack is perfect. So you can see he Raws there, I go to CL plus A. I'm already in Demon mode, so now I'm going to tap A. And as my A hits, I'm going to land, I'm going to tap L when I land. So when I launch up, I'm already centered, there's the camera targeting there. And then I'm going to hit the monster with another A hit, going left to right. I decided to go left there. And as I land, tap L, perfectly done. Shrouded Vault also is actually quite OP if you have great anticipation. So once you know the monster's movement and moves, you anticipate when to do it. You can see I can Shrouded Vault every attack, every roll they do, and just bind them and then go into Demon Flight and just take it to them and take them down that easily. And in terms of your gear, use elemental weapons that the monster is weak against. So here I was using Ice, and you can see this is an Ice weapon with high infinity. And in terms of your skill, make sure you get the corresponding elemental boost. So I was using an Ice weapon, so I got maximum Ice attack with maximum critical eye. That's what you want to go for. Max affinity, max elemental boost. And the key to the whole thing though, you gotta develop a habit of binding out of demon mode. Do not bind while you're in demon mode, because binding out of it is going to set you up for stamina success. Go into demon mode after the bind. That's the habit you gotta have. And you can just see me flow through the sequence here. I'm trying to get to good precision. Do that A hit and make sure you master the timing of the L taps during demon flight. That's the skill gap. So once the A hits, when you land, tap L. You can see me as I land, I tap L. Camera spun. Perfect targeting right there. Recenters it, which makes it easier for me to aim that second A hit and pick the direction I want to go. This time from tail to head all the way down. And then recenter as you land and decide if you want to go back again like I did here, or you just want to move away and do something else. But make sure you recenter when you land and dodge towards the target if you want to go back to back. So altogether, this turns the game into easy mode versus large, long monsters. Like, I can do the same sequence again and again and again and just take out any monster that has any real length. Like against a kind of rounded monster, those are kind of not suited for this, but majority of the monsters in this game are quite long and there's plenty of dragon-shaped monsters. This will just make mincemeat out of them. You can see, like, I get up and then they obviously if you knock them down you can still do the demon flight, but then you want to probably go to their head and then bind it and then do the demon dance, which is X and A. So I do use that when they're knocked down, but majority of the time though, if they still have their tail, definitely do the tail bind and then start your demon flight. Go from there because the binding is going to explode depending on how many times you hit the target, right? So all of that hitting, if you bind the tail, is going to bring huge damage to the tail and it's just going to break them apart as easily as just running the sequence back and forth, loop it over and over again. So this brings us to the end of the tutorial. If you'd like to have some questions, leave it in the comment section and make sure to check out the playlist I got for every weapon. And as always, thanks for coming by. I'll speak to all of you again very soon.